What's up? Welcome to the reality universe with the real in reality.
Period.
The fuck? I'm your host, Pharaoh. We are joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee. How you doing?
I'm doing good. We are here for our fourth challenge installment. Child, one thing about the challenge, they're getting a big bank. Barnum Murray.
And one thing about Pharaoh is he's not going to want to watch it at all. In fact, I'm here. I'm ready to do
And you're
this.
also queer.
And I'm also queer. And I'm also not excited for the challenge.
I'm excited.
World Tour.
This is the Challenge World Tour.
Let's get into it. If you don't see the title, I'm going to tell you what the title is. The title is the Challenge World Tour. No, the World Championship, bitch. So let's get into it. We're going to be talking about all of the Challenge World Championship tea. It's probably going to be the same tea we've been talking about for the last challenges. But hey, let's just get into it.
The challenge is a very simple game. And they like to bring back literally every legend has been a player on the last three versions. So, and that kind of gets me excited. Like I was telling Pharaoh off the podcast. It's like Stockholm Syndrome at this point. I've watched so many that I'm like, well, I kind of want to watch it. I kind of want to see what's going to happen now. I think, honestly, that is probably how they get people.
Yeah. The Stockholm of it all. Me, I'm just not easily susceptible to Stockholm. So I'm bored. But let's get into it or whatever. If you are a visual learner, make sure you head to our YouTube channel because we will be showing you the images of the same people we see every season. So let's get into it or whatever. We're going to be showing you these people.
But some of these people are new faces. That's the thing. That's another thing why I think like these first two episodes, they really ate it up for me because for the first time, we're seeing like, I feel like just so many fresh perspectives. Like I just feel like the last three, I mean, other than the Challenge USA, it was just like some of the same stuff that I feel like we've been getting. And then throughout the seasons, it kind of had that same, I feel like, aura throughout. Just because, I mean, these OGs who've been doing it for so long, they have a set way of playing. So there's not a lot of, I feel like, nuances. But, you know, with the USA people here, with the people from the different countries, I think like it's going to bring a lot to this version. So I'm excited, actually.
I agree. This is a deep-ass blue. I didn't notice how deep it was.
I like it.
It's very pretty. Anyways, go to the motherfucking visuals if you want to see the people on the screen or whatever. I'm curious. So we started off this episode and just letting y'all know this is the battle of the this is Challenge World Championship, bitch. So bitches are from
Battle of the countries.
World.
That should be a different version. Like if they did a second season of this, Battle of the Countries would eat because Battle of the Seasons is my favorite. Battle of Seasons 2 is my favorite challenge season. Like I think it's a beautiful concept. Like I don't know why they haven't done it again, especially with all these shows we have. Period. So, but I think this first episode showed why it would work. Like the different teams working as a unit. If they had like two other countries here, like something like that. Like I mean, like even more. Like honestly, this could be a really good season.
I definitely agree. I definitely. That's the thing. If you're gonna go with the country route, get them all.
But they didn't have all the versions. I think these are the only other countries that had like different versions of the challenge. So it's like
Battle of the Seasons 3. Because this is technically a season. Even though it was like different countries, these are also seasons. This could be Battle of the Seasons right here.
Exactly.
Boom. Anyways, so we started off with there's 16 of them who are from previous seasons from across the world or whatever. So we bring them in first. TJ pulls up. They're in this big ass football field.
Yeah, it looks like it. Some type of field. They love going to a field.
It's an arena field, a football field. I don't know. I don't play things. So but TJ is like, yeah, y'all are all here. Y'all are one of the best of the best. We know by doing our research that
some of these people are not the best of the best.
3 of the 4th world champions we can call maybe the best of that season. But one of these countries. Maybe
they just pull anybody. No shade.
Maybe just, the people who answer. But anyways, then TJ is like, we're also gonna bring in the legends. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Now, this first episode, the legends mattered not at all, but they were there. So he brings them in. It's a bunch of people we just saw. Tori and them. Yeah, sure, y'all know the names.
Tori, Johnny Bananas, I guess Wes in there, Amber in there. Queen Naya is back. Love Naya. Mother John Naya is back. Sorry about her.
Jordan, Kellyanne.
So you're getting the Tori and Jordan beef again, probably. We just saw it,
Let's
y'all.
wrap it up, please.
That's the thing. We just got done talking about the Tori and Jordan beef for 6 months. Tori, if you bring that shit into world champion, I swear to God.
The 7th month, y'all.
I swear to God, Tori.
We haven't got a break from Tori since, bitch.
Mind you, I'm binging Jersey Shore right now. Tori and Jordan have me more stressed out than Ronnie and Sam. Like, I can't watch any more of that. I cannot. Please don't bring this.
I just feel like we've been with Tori and Jordan for 6 months.
I'm over it.
No?
Please, God, don't bring this into this season.
And Casey can stay home.
Casey there too, and it's like,
Casey here too, y'all. Why? I don't know.
Theo is back. I'm excited to see Theo.
Now Theo is fine and huge. He's just a big, huge
man.
person.
Nelly T is back.
Why?
We don't know, honestly.
It sucks because I love Nelson so much, personality-wise. Mm-hmm. But what a fuck is
body-wise? It's just wow.
They're called legend. Body, face, the tats, the muscles, the slang,
the smile,
everything. But the challenge.
The challenge wins.
Take your ass home when it comes to the challenge. You better go play another show. I don't know, Love Island.
Something. Go back to Are You the One?
Ooh. Are You the One? He ate that up.
He did.
They lost.
I think that season they lost.
Could have been.
I wouldn't know. There's so many of them.
Anyway, so they see them, and then the girls pretend that they're gagged by them like they're celebrities. Babe, please, you're nobody. I don't even know half of them, and then half you do know. Like,
I do feel like they could have went more OG with the legends. Like some of them, I'm just like, okay,
like even Tori. This was the first time she won. When we just got done seeing her 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they filmed this like back to back.
That was too soon ago. We just got done, y'all. If
we
y'all
just got done talking about it. Like literally, when did we film that finale? That's the thing. Like TV wise, if you keep up with all the challenges you've been watching, the reunions, you haven't stopped seeing Tori or Jordan at all. But the last time we talked about them was literally 3 weeks ago, where she won the challenge 38. Child, Tori, keep a bag.
I'll give her that. Anyways, so TJ says that what we're gonna do is a qualifier, bitch. So first, you gotta earn your way into this motherfucking season. I know that's right. So what you're gonna do is you're basically gonna go on a race. You know they same ass shit they do all the time. They're gonna go on a race and they are to complete checkpoints throughout this race. The two losers, the male loser and the female loser, will go straight to elimination, and then they're gonna go against someone else. And then the two people who lose the elimination will go to motherfucking home, and they don't even make it into the real game, to be honest, low key. So boom, they start the qualifier.
Yeah, because this is really just like the penultimate before the game. Like
the prelude, bitch. So this is gonna be the start of the shit. So they gotta complete checkpoints first. So before you start running the race, the first checkpoint is gonna be you gotta, of course, drink a concoction.
Mm-hmm. Eat your heart out. They love having them drink a good old concoction. Like they love
is that healthy?
They love the puking montage. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for the esophagus. It's not healthy for the stomach. It's not healthy for the organ. It's not healthy.
Honestly, I don't. So
they just throwing it back up. No, and the thing is, the way they're obsessed with it, they're obsessed with the gag reel. Literally gag reel. They just love watching people throw up. It's miserable. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. So we start off and Ben is in first place off rip. He finished drinking his drink first. Now, y'all, if y'all didn't watch us during the Challenge USA, we don't like Ben. Well, I don't like Ben. I'll speak for myself.
I like Ben a little bit.
There you go. Me, don't like him. He reminds me of Casey. Don't like her. That's all. Mm-hmm. And we'll see later. It gets even worse for me. It's gonna be, if you don't want to hear me drag Ben and Casey for no reason, I will give them that. I have no. Well, Ben's a Trumpy. Casey,
well, I think Sarah's the Trumpy, and then Ben is just
also a Trumpy. It's confirmed.
I didn't know he was. I thought he. Girl, I honestly don't care.
Both of them are Trumpies, and that's why they're best friends. They literally, anyway. But don't like Ben. Don't care if he's Trumpy or not. Don't like him. Casey, I ain't got no problem with Casey, but I will be dragging her all season. I'm sorry.
I just like Sarah. I have to excuse you because Sarah's mother. I have to excuse you for the show.
I ain't say nothing about Sarah. Casey and Ben is the name.
I saw you said Sarah.
Didn't mean to if I did.
Oh, okay.
Not Mother Lucina.
I don't really care about Casey, especially since Nani isn't here. There's nothing pulling me to Casey because Nani's not even here. Ben, I don't have an issue with Ben. Ben,
I've been having an issue. I've been beefing with Ben since his first season.
I will say I'm still mad that he, rightfully,
I was mad at that.
Wrongfully won.
And then when he came back from Winners at War, I was mad again because he took up a space in top 3 just to give it to Tony them. I was like, what are you doing?
Well, now he's back and he's here to win.
Hopefully not. But he's in
he said he just had
place.
surgery on his leg and knee, but he in first place. So love that for him.
He's in first place. Then we see Grant from Australia.
Big Daddy Grant.
From Australia is in second
He
place.
came
He's
in
very good.
He's currently in second, and he came, I believe, in second in
his season.
Yeah,
in Australia. So he's somebody to keep your eye on Grant. So he's in second place currently. So the second section.
Oh no, he did not. He did not come in second.
He did not come in second. How many feet? Because we need to know.
He got out like right before the final. But
he's
picking this up.
He's doing really good.
I thought he was a finalist. Because these are not all finalists. So for the girls who don't know, the 4 UK people, they were the finalists of their season. It literally goes 1, 2, 3, 4. They're the big 4. The Challenge USA, Danny and Sarah are the winners by default, damn near, because everybody else got out. Justine made the final, but
because somebody else,
Enzo, bitch ass, and then Ben was medically disqualified.
Yeah. And
then for Australia, I know Troy and Keeks, they won. Emily got out. Emily and Grant got out like right before the final, and then Argentina. Rodri and Claudia made the final, but they got like 3rd and 4th. And then Huhui and Benja, they got out like 3rd and 4th out of the game. So, Argentina, they had to get who they can get. But so these are not all like finalists. Like, so. Hey. But it's some of the main girls, of course, clearly, because they're bringing it.
So the second section is the tire. So what it is it's a big ass weighted tire on one side of a pathway.
Ooh.
And you have to knock it with a sledgehammer. If you take my pulse right now, I could feel just like a sledgehammer.
Period. Singer.
Shout out to Normani and Normani only. But anyways, they have to hit the tire with the sledgehammer until it gets to the other side of the path, and then they can move the fuck on.
That one seemed hard. Like they was banging that thing, and that shit was not moving. I think it was their body weight.
It was better to like slide it.
I was literally thinking I would have got on the ground and pushed the sledgehammer into the tire and just moved it like that.
That's what it was giving. Period. So Ben starts there and Grant's on his way there or whatever. Then we kind of see like a montage of everybody completing their food a little bit. And we'll get to know the people a little bit throughout the episode. They keep showing like certain things because Cass is in first place for the girls. And we kind of start hearing her backstory, how essentially she's that girl a little bit.
She won the challenge.
Yes, that girl. So keep your eyes out for her. So then Ben, and as other people are finishing all of the food. So everybody's finishing the food. They're running to the tires. Everyone's getting to the tires. Then we see Ben and Grant started finishing their tires first. So they're done with the tires. They're going to the next checkpoint. The next checkpoint is
on a roll
cylinder. And it's a cylinder made of like cement. And you have to get on it and roll your way across the pathway. And when you get
across shit.
Yes. And when you get across without touching the ground, you win. Bitch. What was this? It was
they had out there doing anything.
Obstacle course. Like that's what this was. And it's like, okay, like I don't
know. No, and then Ben literally stood on it and tried to walk. Like Ben,
he wasn't thinking.
He was hurting his damn self
again. So
really,
we see some of the boys start getting there, and Troy randomly out of nowhere gets it done really, really fast. So does Grant. So Grant is still in first, and then Troy comes, and apparently Troy did American Ninja Warrior.
He did Australian Ninja Warrior.
Oh. I'm so corny for that. Australia.
And then he won the challenge Australia. So this is both the Aussie boys on Ben ass.
On that ass. Ooh, I just got mad about something that don't got nothing to do with this. So they in the lead now. Ben's in third now, struggling, and they get to the next checkpoint. The next checkpoint it's some fucking weighted poles with letters and numbers on them, and you have to order them from heaviest to lightest, and then that will show you a code, and that code is what you need to put down in order to solve it. It was a lot of poles too, bitch. I would have never got done with that. Me personally, heavy the lightest.
Some people did
I can't even tell if I'm heavier like myself. Let alone some other shit. A lot of people were getting it done. Could not be me, girl.
Why
oh,
you was so way out. Your head was just floating.
So eventually Zara gets in the lead for the girls. Zara is also from UK, but Zara didn't win. Zara got second.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But yes, Zara got second, but she always won. But she's in the lead this time, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, period.
On a roll. Hey, yeah, whoa, whoa.
I'm on a roll.
Riding so high. Then we see all the ladies, they're getting done with like the third checkpoint. Everybody's getting to the weighted shit right now.
Yeah.
And this is when we get a flashback about Cass, because Cass is doing really good, and we see Theo speak on her. He said, "Child, that's the X."
That's
Theo has a lot of exes.
He do.
I
mean, can you blame him?
Wish I was one of them. I was one. Wishing that I was yours. So Theo and Cass used to date. He keeps talking about it. She ain't talked about it though. Not that I heard of. It seems like both of these episodes, Theo has mentioned it like 4 or 5 times. Cass is mute unless she's asked about it. So I guess she doesn't.
And then we learned some of the beef with some of the Australian challenge girlies. And I'm like, okay, I love drama. So basically, Emily, she is from the Australian team and she is an Olympic gold medalist. Okay. She's won 3 gold medals for Australia, for herself, actually. But in the challenge Australia, Keeks beat her. She's the one who sent Emily out before the final, and then Kiki went on to win the challenge. So she said she hasn't spoken to Kiki or Troy. So she kind of feels some type of way. Put a pin in that.
Put a big pin in that. Justine is in dead last, y'all. And when I tell y'all,
baby,
I was like, no.
I written down Justine ass in last. Oh God, no.
Like we were all losing.
I was like, no.
But put a pin in that.
Put a pin in that.
Because when I tell you, I was like, this bitch, like she was on like she was like on the second checkpoint. Everybody else was at the weights. I was like,
everyone basically was almost done.
Girl, so she's in last. I'm like, oh. But anyways, we see Troy finish the code first, and he has to roll a weighted. It's a lot of rolling.
A weighted flagpole, yeah.
It's the same shit. It just made me mad. I don't think about it. They have to roll a weighted flagpole across the field, and lift the flagpole up, and put it in the hole. I don't know how any of the ladies did this, let alone the men.
I think it's your body weight. Someone mentioned that at the tires. It could be their body weight.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Boom. So Troy starts doing that. So does Grant. So does Ben. So the big 3 is clearly Troy, Grant, and Ben, at least in this competition. And then eventually Grant eats that shit up. So Grant gets first place. He's the nigga from Australia. So he gets first place. Ben gets second. Shout out to him. And Nathan, who the fuck is Nathan? Nathan gets third. Actually,
he's from the UK.
Nathan's from the UK. Boom for the girls. Zara gets first, Cass gets second. Now, with that
UK
alone,
girls is eating.
With that alone, it's like, damn, because they both from the UK, and they won and got second in their last season, anyways. And it's like they just ate this the fuck up.
Mothers. I know Cass has never been into an elimination, so they came in. We're ready to go.
Ready to fight.
That doesn't last long for Miss Cass, but hey, it was a fun fact.
But at this moment.
But not for long. But it's also funny too because at this point, she's first, she's second. We see Sarah is at this point. But I think we see Emily has made it to this point. Yep. So I'm assuming, third.
One of them.
It's one of them.
Why the fuck? Do they show third place and it's Justine putting the poll in the thing?
The last time we saw Justine, she was last place at like checkpoint 2. So in the meantime, Mother found her way to the last checkpoint into that flagpole third.
That was quick to the bit.
That's what you call bounce back, baby.
Justine was already that girl in the Challenge USA, and I was like, "Ooh, is it that like now she's with the it girl? She can't keep up, baby. I should have just shut up and let her."
No, literally. I love Justine. I love that Justine is a main challenge girly. I want to see her more. I want to see her on everything. I don't care. She's out next. Put her on the next one. Put on All Stars next, bitch. Period. Shit, one final. Oh, veteran. I don't care.
Period. Boom. This is when they all get done or whatever. And TJ is announcing the winners and the losers because the losers is going in. So
you said Grant get first.
Grant did get first.
I thought Troy got first. Oh, Grant did win.
Grant got first, and Zara got. Troy was in first, but Grant ended up getting first.
It's too many new people. I'm sorry.
Anyways, Zara and Grant win. TJ's like, Zara and Grant win. Congratulations. And Tristan and Claudia, you bitches is last. Good luck. Boom. So Tristan and Claudia are last. Everybody else is gonna have to vote in people to go against them in the motherfucking thing. So the winners don't vote, the losers don't vote, but everybody in the middle are going to vote for one man.
And
one to go
I really hate when the house votes in the challenge. I really do. Because you see what happens. The first one is really interesting because, mother strategist takes the reins. But what the challenge likes to do is go with groupthink and majority. That is just that's the thing. Everyone wants to call it politicking and being strategic, and it's just going with the majority. Point blank period. It's going with the majority. Kudos to people who can move the majority, like a West, like a Bananas when they need to. But this is going with the majority. So it's just like, it's really annoying because like a lot of people flock to that early on because they're just scared.
So you nominate two people.
I love when the person going in gets to choose. I feel like for a season like this, that should have been a twist, in my opinion.
Yeah, I kind of agree. To be honest, so they choose two nominees. So the house gets to nominate, and the winners decide which one of those nominees are going in or whatever, right? Boom. So this is when TJ announces that the legends are going to compete with y'all in pairs, but not yet. Y'all are to finish this round out. So boom, they go back to the villa, and then all of them are at the villa. So it's the legends and it's the newbies. So the newbies are meeting the legends, and the legends are meeting the MVPs. My bad, bitch.
Wait, and then I will say, because it's kind of relevant because the Kiki and Emily beef, it's a little bit more spicy because when they finish, for some reason, Kiki says, once again, I kicked Emily's ass.
And it's like, damn.
And then this is around time too, Emily mentioned like, when she wins the gold, it's not for Australia, it's for me. So if an Aussie has to go, an Aussie has to go. Period. So it's like, definitely with a pin in that.
And she meant that shit. I'm sorry.
Did.
Back at the villa. We get Johnny Bananas grandfathered in ass.
Girl, one thing about Bananas, he gonna give the toast. I have annual toast because bitch, he here every year. It's literally.
So Johnny Bananas is giving his annual toast. He knows this speech by heart, y'all. When I tell y'all, it's a written speech.
I thought it's a different speech, isn't it?
It is. I'm just fucking with you, but he knows it by heart, babe. And then Theo has a diary room. We start getting to know some of the people who are legends, I guess, if you don't know, because honestly, I don't know Theo. Seen him once.
I have only seen him once, so I really don't know about his
legacy. When he was
playing
in people's faces.
When he was, messing with Avon and Cam, that tea.
Playing
that was a nasty tea.
That was he still is, allegedly. Because Theo has a diary room. He's basically like, yeah, I was in the challenge. I was eating it the fuck up. And then I got an injury.
I remember hearing about that injury.
And he's now partially blind in one of his eyes, but he's back and he's better.
And he's still fine.
Still fine and big, just huge. Wes is socializing with the people or whatever. And then he has a diary room. He's like, I'm that girl. I do this. I do that. I'm just a social king. I'm great at elimination. I'm great at dailies. I always win challenges. I'm very smart. I'm strategic as fuck. I manipulate everybody. I'm also very, very social. And I know how to work this house. So, I'm just that girl. And it just goes on and on and on. It's like,
okay, Wes.
Okay, queen.
I will get on my knees. You don't have to beg.
Yes, queen. Yes, ma'am. Like, calm down. After this, we get Johnny.
The two different reactions.
Johnny and Grant talk. I love this combo. Because I love Johnny. And Grant ate it up. And Grant is like, I like Johnny. He doesn't have an accent. But he does have an accent. It's not like that. But he says he likes Johnny a lot. He was like, I'm looking for people who, what the fuck he say? Oh, people who are smart. He's like, I'm looking for someone who's smart, but also good at other things. And
he knew that's Mother name.
He knew that. He knew who Mother was. That's the thing. If you were any man and you got to choose a partner, it should be Johnny at the off rip.
Yeah, I definitely would have been looking at Johnny and
who else?
It was another one of the girls. Tori.
Yeah. It wasn't given Tori for me. It would have to be
Johnny, Tori, and then maybe Casey.
Casey is what I was thinking too.
She's a safe pick.
Casey's a safe pick. That's all. Casey and Troy talk actually, and basically Troy mentioned how did he win his season?
He did. Troy.
He mentions how he wins his season to Casey, and Casey's like, "Oh, who else was on your season?" He mentions Kiki won with him. Woo. And I have written down Keeks. I have written down. Side note: Casey is so fine because when I'm watching these shows. I'm looking for, a man to just stare at. But sometimes you get Casey in the season. It's like, damn, I wanted a woman this time.
It's like every time you come in dragging Casey, and then you sit up here and be like, she's just so fine. Pick a side.
Boring and fine.
I guess
the perfect mate. Like, I would love to date her. She doesn't like my kind.
That's all, Nani. Keep it cute.
I forgot about that girl. Why is she not here?
They said legends.
Nelson's here.
Nani was probably tired. They just played her fucking face. They're supposed to win it for her. No. That was a deal. They had a deal.
They did have a deal. Allegedly, Cara Maria not here because they had to wait for Tori to win.
I don't understand why Cara Maria is not in this.
Allegedly, Cara Maria cannot play until Tori got her win, and Tori got her win while this was filming. Like
so they put her on All Stars.
So they put her.
Like, you can have this one.
You'll have the next one. She's probably gonna win it. Did she win it? I don't know. The T. Boom. Next, Kiki and Yes talk.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Kiki? Oh, Kiki is the winner of Australia. Keeks and Yes talk. And Kiki was like, I need somebody who's gonna be a leader, because he's like, what you mean? She's like, I need somebody to be a leader because I'm indecisive. I need someone to tell me, you do this, I do this, we got it. And I like that. I like someone who knows what they need. I don't feel like a lot of people just admit this, because I guess it might seem something to them. But she just straight up said, I need somebody to tell me what the fuck to do, and I will do it and get it done.
She's a man.
Period. And
I think a soldier.
Period. Yes was like, I'm just excited to work with anybody. Honestly, I just love people, and I love being friends with everybody, and I just want to work with anybody. It's like, yes, you can work with me in the bed. You can work me in the bed. You can do a lot. Work with? I don't know. You can do anything.
A married man?
I mean, he can be married to me.
You're
married and a mistress. I can be Molly the maid. I don't know. I'll take any job.
I think you got your maid outfit, like you always do.
She was wearing regular clothes. It kills me. Like, that was just her normal outfit. But anyways, after this, we get Cass and Zora. They're making friends with the girly pops, the legend girly pops. They're like, we got to become friends with them because we need them to teach us the tea. Teach us how to politic, teach us how to make friends. So the legends are basically asking them, what's the tea about y'all season? What's. And they were like, Nathan, he was really, really good at puzzles. He was really, really good at some of the comps. Tristan, he was more of a dark horse. He's kind of well-rounded, but in a dark horsey kind of way. That's that, y'all just need to be our friends. Give us advice. They started giving them vague advice or whatever. Boom.
Yeah.
We pop over. And it's...
why Anissa not here?
Who?
Anissa.
Me too. I just feel like if you're thinking legends, you would definitely think somebody who was here for a while. She definitely made multiple finals.
And Nelson can be here clearly.
And I mean, Amber's here.
Amber won.
She got a lot to say about Amber, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, they called winners first, I suppose.
Boom. Nathan talks to Troy, and Nathan, I think, would have helped some of the UK, some of the Australia. He would have helped a lot because he was strategic.
This is night one. He's like, look, the Aussies and the UK need to team up and stick together, babe.
And they did. That was definitely what they needed to do.
Yeah.
Good luck. So Nathan is like, so definitely we need to just put in the what are they country?
They were basically like putting in the Argentinians because since basically it was Claudia's last, and then who else was last?
Claudia was last and Tristan was last, but they were like, Nathan is with Tristan. That's why he said do the Argentinians, because both the Argentinian men Tristan could beat because he was like fared up well with them.
And they were basically just like, we're gonna pick on the Argentinians and throw them all in. It was like, leave the Argentinians alone. I love them.
I love them personality wise.
So they need to say, period.
They do need to say. After this, Johnny Menez, he's talking to Cass and another woman, but really mainly Cass. And this is when he asked her about Theo. And
That's so messy.
Messy as fuck. And she just basically tells the story. And then Johnny in his diary room, he's like, Theo's a great guy, but when it comes to these games, he brings the mess. And I just hope that doesn't happen this time between them. And I hope he just keeps it cute.
But there's always got opinions on somebody. Sit down.
Right. Worry about yourself and how you need to be at home with a family or something. I don't know.
Oh
no. After this, Naya has a conversation with Danny.
And they bring up Mother Kiki.
If y'all didn't watch Challenge USA, Danny, every single episode, will mention his wife, Kiki, as he should. Kiki is the star, and Danny is just the figurehead.
I can't wait until we figure out a way.
This is Kiki playing, and Danny is the figurehead.
Period. I can't wait to figure out a way how they're gonna get Kiki on the show. We need Kiki on the show.
She will be on.
We need Kiki on the show. Like, she's gonna eat it up. I just know she would.
Now they show a picture of her too. She looks beautiful.
Period.
Beautiful.
A beautiful black family. Beautiful Love to see it.
Not many of those. Let me stop.
My God.
What? Anyways, a beautiful black family. Love to see it. And Naya's diary, she's basically like, I'm glad. I was so proud of how you did, especially people like us. And it's like, period, Naya. Basically, Naya said black bitches need to link up. So we picking each other. I don't know what to tell you. Like, after this,
well, she wanted to pick him.
That's all.
Yeah.
After this, Sarah, y'all, if you don't know who Sarah Lucina is Survivor Game Changers winner.
Mm-hmm.
She
Challenge
is
USA winner.
She is Mother Officer Sarah Lucina.
Sarah. Period.
So you will need to remember her name. I'm just telling y'all now, so you will remember her name.
One thing about Officer Sarah, she's gonna come into a game and play it. Okay.
You will be remembered. I'm sorry. There are girls who have played multiple times. Tori is here. John been here forever. Kelly Ann been here since Origin. None of them names matter. The only name that matters is Sarah Mother Lucina.
Sarah is coming in literally playing like a legend, and she's only played one version without any of these people. Lucina. She said, "I'm here, babe. Let's go." I love that Sarah is in the challenge mix because she's definitely the personality that they need. It was getting stale. It was. And I think Sarah is a really good addition.
It's not going to get stale with Sarah there. Officer Sarah.
Because she's a strategic player. Like she's
like Wes, but a woman. We don't really get many of those.
And I wouldn't even say she's like, I feel like.
Not even like Wes.
Personally,
that's the thing, but personally. Watchers, he's the closest thing they can compare to.
True. But even personally, I always felt like I do understand that Wes is very smart, especially when it comes to the challenge. But it's just like the challenge itself is just so simple. So it's just like, yeah, Wes is smart. But can Wes win Survivor? I don't think Wes can win Survivor. I don't think Wes can win Big Brother. And I think that's why when you put in those players into a challenge mix, it gets messy. That's why the challenge people are always scared of the Big Brother people. Because it gets very strategic. And I feel like Sarah is bringing that immediately. Mother is eating it up.
So Sarah decides to befriend Emily.
Mm-hmm.
Now Sarah is befriending Emily. So to Emily, they're becoming genuine friends.
Fast friends.
To Sarah,
she had a lap dog to run.
she's finding someone to run. So Sarah mentioned, she's like, Emily, she's competition in a way, and both of us coming in last or coming in the bottom in that competition, it can bond us. You know what I'm saying? So it can bring USA, it can bring Australia together, and maybe USA and Australia can make a alliance. And we can just run it together because that's what we're going to need. And the way Emily ate that shit up, the next conversation, Emily is talking to Grant. Now, I like Grant because Grant's not, Emily. I'm going to leave it at that. And Emily's like, oh my God, I just love Sarah. And Grant is like, oh, you do? Why? And she's like, I don't know. I just feel like she's so genuine. I just feel like I can definitely trust Sarah. If I can trust anybody, it's going to be Sarah. And Grant was like, oh, she is from Survivor. Remember that. And it's just not giving. It's just.
I know, but
it's like she
already got you. She already got you.
And it's like, you're a dummy bitch. Like, and it's not her fault. She may have not seen. She probably doesn't know that this is Sarah Mother Lucina, but it's gonna be bad for Emily. Like, this is the first 2 episodes. She already getting her face played in. Dead ass. Next. Boom.
Well, that's the I will say Sarah's not gonna necessarily it's not like Sarah would cut her.
But she's playing in her face heavily.
Yeah, she's using the fuck out of her.
Already. It's crazy. Like, I would feel offended. But hey, that's just me. We get another conversation, and basically everybody's agreeing, including USA, Australia, England, UK. We're agreeing, baby. Argentina is probably going in. Like,
they want to focus on one country at a time, and they feel like it's smart just to do Argentina because one's already in. Put the rest in. Get out of here.
So they're probably gonna vote in Rodri and
Hui. I love her name.
Hui and Rodri are probably gonna be the votes. So then we see Johnny talk to Zara. Why is Johnny talking to these people? He's not voting, but Zara is telling him to vote. randomly. So Zara randomly tells Johnny who the vote is, like he's voting, and then we move along.
Like she knows what's actually happening.
Sarah, Mother Sarah, she speaks to her
USA team.
She speaks to her team. And she was like, y'all.
I just realized. I'm sorry. I just realized that all three of them are from Survivor. Like, I don't know why I didn't put that together.
Yes, Danny and Ben. She already ran them.
It's cute. Period. Justine on Love Island. Show up for the Love Island girlies.
That's the thing. Love Island could have just been cut all the way out of this. No, she made it.
Period.
So they talk, and basically Sarah was like, y'all saying the Argentinians, but it's giving we gotta vote Cass. Because if we work with Australia, then we can work together to get out people who wouldn't really be working for us. Cass and Zara haven't talked shit.
And it just feels like it to me. I don't know if I'm just gassing it. No, but it just I was just gonna say, like, when they speak, it's like it's giving Survivor, it's giving, because it's just like the way she's talking about the game. They're not working with me. They can't be numbers for us. So Hui and Roger, they need someone to work with. If we work with them, we can bring in this. And it's just like, yes, like, because why is everyone just like, oh, it's the Argentinians. Oh, well, Argentina. Yeah, I guess it's Argentina. Yeah. ABC as strategy. No, like, did you come up with the idea for Argentina? If you didn't, then you probably shouldn't do it.
And Sarah's not doing it. So she said, we're going to be voting Cass. Period. And they said, yes, ma'am.
Period. How did they eat this up? They eat this up, Sarah. Eat this up. I gotta give her 10s.
So all episodes been Argentina. Sarah said, maybe Cass. And then we go to the deliberation. Boom. After deliberation, Zara and Grant, they leave the room because they won. So they're not voting. We find out that Nathan was medically not cleared or evacuated or something. So he's no longer in the game. That sucks because it seemed like he was going to eat it up low-key.
He would have been really interesting, especially what happens. Like, he would have been an interesting player here.
Very, very interesting. So he had to leave. And so that means Tristan, luckily, is not going to be going to a
which was like, send that nigga up out of here. Nah, I don't know. They should have brought somebody in, got him in the ring with somebody, like, damn.
So Tristan, he stays in. He gets to vote now because he's no longer, in risk. But Claudia, she's going to sit out there with the winners. So Claudia's gone. She's sitting out there with the winners. Everybody else is here, and they have to vote. Now, they start talking, and basically, they're like, well, y'all, Claudia did say she wanted to go against Cass.
And then Cass was like, well, that's not really going to make sense. Zara's my friend. There's never going to vote me in. So, Hui, Argentina's already in. Therefore, we should just put in more Argentinians because, y'all are going to go.
And then you're going to be high. You're going to be high.
Wait, no, Hui say first? But that's not fair. I know it's not fair, but I mean, it's like Cass, baby.
And then I was like, he's like, wait, so you just going to put in all the Argentinians? Because that's just not making sense. And she's like, I mean, yeah. And he's like, well, I mean, it's just not making, why? It's just
no. I love how he had zero reason. Big was just like, no. Well, and then his dining room is like, we signed up for a game that's not fair, but it's like, I don't want both of them in, and that's it. That's his argument. No, I don't want.
Hey, he said what he said. I don't want the
period.
Then, because this had nothing, no USA name was getting said.
What I loved about it is that she's literally at the top with her, sidekicks. No shade, because Justine, baby, a sidekick. But I'm sorry, Mother was
this moment.
Mother was in front, and it's so crazy, right? Because she's at the top. And then she starts speaking, and they all
everybody turns around and looks at
and listens to Mother speak.
And Sarah's like, well, we do have to consider that if Grant and Zara don't come to a unanimous decision, then it's a tie. And in a tie, potentially Claudia is just going to choose who's going in. So, I mean, you can't really say, Kaz, that you just wouldn't go in.
And they was like, do we know that? And Sarah was
like, don't know that.
I mean, we should try. Like, that's what's hilarious about all of this is because Sarah was just like, I want to see.
basically,
I'm curious.
I just want to see.
I'm curious. Let's just see how this is gonna work.
Period. So they get to voting,
and mind you, go. I'll say that after.
No, you go.
It's important after.
The U.S. people start voting, and they start saying Cass
and Kiki.
And Kiki is like, wait, hold up.
Wait,
whoa. Because Kiki name wasn't never included. But she's gagged. So everybody starts saying Kaz and Kiki, Kaz and Kiki, Kaz and Kiki. We get a little stragglers, people who didn't want to vote, either of them. But at the end of the day, Kaz and Kiki was going to be the motherfucking vote. And Kiki is gagged. He had a diary. She's like, hold up. That was never planned.
Kiki and Kaz is gagged because they were thinking, like, I haven't seen their versions, but the way they're acting in this, it seems like theirs were very ABC and simple.
Yeah, it never.
From what we saw in the USA, if you watch the USA, you could call it a boring season just because a lot of our fan favorites got out. But when you talk about the strategy and gameplay challenge USA, definitely one of the best. Definitely the more interesting one. Definitely. So it's like they were shook at how cutthroat it was. Like, but like I said, it's funny because Sarah really only did this because she wanted to see a stalemate, and it's iconic because she's basically playing with how the game works without any of her people being in danger.
Yep. She has diagrams. She's like, so if we do one UK person and one Australian person, Grant's not going to say Australian, and Zara is not going to say UK person. So they're going to disagree, and then we get to see what happens when there's tie. And none of my people are in danger. So who gives a fuck? But
what I love about Sarah is because Sarah is doing what we asked Fessy and Nelson to do so bad last season, Challenge 38, a move that can get you a win. When everyone is going a certain way, you need to make your own majority. No one wanted to use the Argentinians. And Sarah was just like, well, no, we're not putting them in. And literally, they got Kaz and Kiki in with the Argentinians vote. Yep. It's like, instead of just going with the flow, going with the house, losing people that could be a number for you, you make your own side. You make your own majority. And it's like, that is what these CBS players do. They at least try to do. Because even going back to Jay and Michelle, Jay will try and make his side.
Yeah.
They'll try to make a structure that's their own. And I feel like a player like Nelson did that with Corey originally, but then they just stopped. Or, I don't know, Nelson can't function without Corey. I don't know.
Nelson needs a leader. And he saw Jay.
But I love that. I love that they take initiative. And when consistent you saw in the Challenge USA, people were just not going in. It wasn't, just throw me in. I'm just going in. No. Several times we saw people being like, I'm not accepting this.
Period. Exactly. So then outside, Grant and Zara are given who the nominees are. And when they see the names, they're gagged as fuck. Like, damn, I'm not expecting this. And so Zara's immediately like, well, I mean, I'm not saying Cass, so what are you going to do?
I'm not saying KK. So.
And he wasn't saying KK, and she wasn't saying Cause. So Kiki and Cause were not going to be said. So they're just like vaguely talking right now. This isn't where they vote. They vote at the actual arena. So right now they're basically like, I don't know what we're going to do because we're not doing it. Boom. So then we kind of scatter around the house. So for a bit, we see Grant, Kiki, and Emily talk. Those are the this scene. Those are the Australians. And we see a flashback. And Emily is in the flashback with Sarah and the USA people. And Sarah made a deal with Emily. And Sarah was like, look, girl, what we can do is we can ensure that Kiki won't go in, because when we do make the tie, most likely Claudia is just going to pick the person who's going to go against her when they tie. And she'll pick Kaz.
Mind you, this is a hunch.
So Kiki will be safe. Mind you, Emily and Kiki don't even like each other. So I guess Emily didn't really care.
And that's really what it came down to. I think it was more so Emily, like I said, Emily said earlier, when I won the gold, it was mine. So I'm not coming here playing for Australia.
Period.
So in this moment, she was like, I'm friends with Sarah. I don't really care about Kiki. It's not like she's going home, because that's the impression she was under. Yeah. So she didn't care. But it's like, no, Sarah used the fuck out of you sister, because that could have easily been Justine. But notice how it wasn't.
Meanwhile, Emily's diary room. I just know I can trust Sarah completely. And it's like, you can completely not. But hey, you do that. Kiki has a diary room. She says, I'm pissed as fuck. But you know what? I'm going to take a mental note of this, and I'm going to keep it pushing.
I love Kiki. I hope she stays for a while. I love her a lot.
Girl Sarah out. It ain't going to happen.
Girl, she can't never touch Lucina.
She just couldn't, even if she wanted to. I'm sorry.
Officer Lucina, you would not touch Officer Lucina.
If Angela couldn't do it, none of y'all could do it.
And that's the real Gagiana right there. If Angela couldn't do it, baby.
I just got a flashback to how strategic Challenge USA
That's
was.
why I gotta.
Why was Angela strategizing? Angela didn't even strategize in Big Brother, and she was strategizing on the Challenge USA. Like, what the fuck was that? But so we go to the arena. We get to the arena, And Claudia's automatically going in. So Claudia comes out. She's waiting for her opponents. Kiki and Cass, they come out because they are also voted in as nominees. And this is when we're going to see Zora and who the fuck? Grant. Tell us who they voted. Bitch, it's tied. They're not voting their friends. The fuck?
Period. So and it wasn't even a question, babe. I love how they were just like, well, I mean.
And they were happy because a lot of the people like Wes, the legends, they were like, oh, definitely it's possible that Zara could go in instead of Cass in this situation since it's a girls' elimination. So it's bold of her to just stand there firmly and say, I'm not voting Cass. Like, I'm sorry. And it's like, I don't know if it's bold or she just didn't even think of that. But hey, we move.
But hey.
And so TJ was like, you sure y'all don't want to change? Y'all sure y'all don't want to change? And they was like, babe, anyways, what's next? Because we're not changing. And he says, well, since it's a girls' elimination, Zara, your vote is the tiebreaker.
And it's like,
ooh.
I feel like they should have got let Claudia.
Lucina doesn't care. Kiki goes in. Emily's stupid. Like,
let's guess the guy. Sarah wasn't gagging at all. She said,
it didn't matter which one of them went in.
Well, she said, well, now we know. No,
in the future.
Thank you.
Because really, she just needed to figure out what was going to happen in the time, and now she knows.
Thank you.
And now for the rest of the season, Sarah has all the information she needs. Because the thing, all Sarah needs to know was the rules.
And now she got them.
It's always a secret what happens at the time, which is kind of cute, honestly, because it's like, ooh. But now she knows, so she's chilling.
Sure.
Emily's kind of gagged. He was like, ooh, because she wasn't expecting.
Yeah, she genuinely wasn't expecting. Like, girl, like Sarah knew the goddamn rules.
Cass is not going. Cass still has not went into an elimination, might I say. The fuck.
Period.
I'll give her that. She's 2 seasons and 1 round in, mother.
Period.
Not everybody can do that. So it's going to be Claudia versus Kiki.
And then this is when Claudia learns that she apparently did 3 eliminations in Argentina and won all of them. So, like, mind you, Claudia's 45. She looks great.
She looks young, bitch. It's that Argentinian in her. I don't know. Because even Rodri looks young, honestly.
He do.
Y'all.
He look good. And we saw the accent.
Because I was looking for a man in some of these new people. Because, this is kind of an old group. So I was like, where's the men? Rodri, that's a man. Yes. That's a man.
I'll say yes to yes.
That's a woman. Like, I don't know.
Oh, no.
So we start off and y'all.
It's pole wrestle, bitch. I love this.
Pole wrestle, bitch. So I was honestly thinking, I was like, Claudia kind of got a
Claudia
little weight.
is about to body the fuck out of Kiki.
Claudia kind of got a little weight. Kiki is a smaller girly. So I was like, she's gonna get bodied. But they start off in first round, they do a little tussle, but Kiki ends up getting it. A lot of the time, the girls end up like back to one another or some shit. Like Kiki's back was all the way to Claudia, and then she ripped the pole from her.
They get really entangled.
Yeah, you didn't have nothing. Now the second round is where Kiki earned my stand card. Like,
now Kiki ate this the fuck up,
bitch. So they kind of get in the same ish position, where Kiki's kind of a little bit in front of Claudia, and the pole's kind of to the left of them, but Claudia's hands are there. So Kiki like has her leg on Claudia's legs, preventing it from moving. So her left leg, she lifts up and pushes it onto the pole, pushes her arms and her legs into a split.
A full split.
A full-blown split.
And so pulls the pole out of her leg. She ate that up and then got up like the baddest bitch ever. Didn't even acknowledge it. Like, and she said, next round.
Now,
next round.
Had Sarah Lucina been in the pole wrestle, would she have won? No, that's the question. Kiki, Queen. I wonder how many eliminations Kiki won, because she really ate that the fuck.
Let me see if I can Google. Let me see if I can Google that.
So then we go to the third round. Claudia has 0 points. It's round of 3, and Kiki gets the last point. I'm sorry. So that
she ate it up
first. Argentina. Oh, it's bad for them. Why I keep saying Argentina? Argentina. It's bad for them because Claudia already out. They're already getting targeted. They down to vote, and it's like, damn. Oh,
yeah, it's really bad. And in the UK, like, they started off pretty strong, but losing Nathan and how Cass got blindsided, it's like, ooh.
Yeah. So UK down 1, and
Kiki was in 2 eliminations, and she won them both.
Boom.
I believe.
And now this is her third, and she's won 3-2. Period. So she's never lost. That's mother. I don't know what to say.
Kind of mother.
Boom.
Come on, Keeks.
Period. So this is when TJ tells them that they, as in, what are these people called?
The
MVPs will be picking who they're going to partner with based on the order they got in the
qualifier.
Such a weird word to use for that competition. God damn. And so we go into episode 2 with that. If you're a visual learner, I'm going to put them on the screen what the pairs are. Boom. So at the beginning of the episode, they all picked up pairs. Grant chooses Journée because Grant won first. So I'm going to tell you in order in the screen. They're not on order, but that's fine. Grant chooses Journée. Then Zara goes. She chooses West. Now, we got some tea. We got some tea from Justine. Justine was going to go third, and she was like, I don't want them to pick West or Jordan because that's my 1 and 2 option. So hopefully they don't. But baby, Zara picks West, Cass picks Jordan. It's
like, damn.
We see that Ben chooses Casey, and I was like,
makes sense.
I'm just such a hater, you know?
And then they won their seasons in the same year. I didn't even know that.
They won their
should have been Christy and Casey, but should have been Tyler and Christy, but we moved.
And then Tyler and Christy should have been here as a pair playing the challenge.
Literally. Where is that timeline? 818? We must be in 616.
We probably need to hop to 818. 818, Bailey won Big Brother. Like, I don't know. Cass picks Jordan. Danny and Tori are a pair. Justine and Bananas are. Danny and Tori are a pair because Kiki said it will be Johnny or Tori.
Johnny was gone.
Boom. Justine picks Bananas. And Bananas is pressed because Bananas was not picked first or second. He was picked third. And I think that was a good decision because Bananas, he's getting on the.
I mean, you getting up there, baby. It's time for the new legends to come in.
Period. Ben Ha is finna pick Jody. And he sees her. He tries to lock eyes with her. She's looking away.
She's looking over there. She's looking left or right.
And he's like, I want to pick Jody, but she's not looking at me. And Jody has a diary room. She's like, Argentina, they're getting targeted. And I don't want to be picked by nobody from Argentina. So he needs to stop looking at me.
Stop looking at me here, bitch. I do not want you, nigga.
But Ben Ha ends up picking Jody. And she's like, oh.
He was like, shit, you gotta love me. Get over it.
She's not. She's going to be mad. But hey, Kikai, she picks Darrell.
I love calling her Keeks.
Rodri picks Naya. Emily picks Yes. Troy picks Amber. Sarah picks Theo. Tristan picks Kellyanne. Not Juju.
Oh. Actually, no. Sarah picked Theo, and then Tristan got Kellyanne. And who we got Nelson.
Theo.
Y'all, Nelson was last.
No, but Theo getting picked so late is crazy. Like
they don't really know him like that. He didn't have a legacy for real. Like it was really short lived.
From what I remember,
he's not a big name.
Good in that.
Like if I was a girl and I was looking at the boys, my roster, my big three would definitely. My number one would be Jordan.
The boys
would be Jordan.
Honestly, you can get
honestly, number 2 would be Yes, and then West, and then Bananas.
Johnny would be my 4th pick. I was thinking.
Maybe 5 after Darrell. I'm not gonna lie.
The girl,
Bananas got. I feel like Bananas gotta be in your top 4 or 3 for the politicking alone. Because one thing he gonna do is talk, and people like him. Like no matter how he is, people love him and keep him in the game. So that's always a plus because he got paid. That's the thing. He knows all of these legends. Not every legend here has connections within the legends, and Bananas has those. And then, but I feel like someone like Jordan, you get the connections and the challenge compatibility. And same with Yes, and I would like that more.
Like I'm looking here, and it's like the boy legends are really about what and when it comes to the potential to win. I feel like any of these men can win, minus Nelson. So sorry, but it's like that's most of them. I think with the girls, it's where it's like it kind of depends on their partner.
Yeah,
which makes sense because the challenge is mostly physical, so the man kind of matters a little bit more in some of these. And I just feel like the teams ended up a little weird for me. And that's all. But hey, we move. Nelson got picked last. That was sad. Back at the villa, we see basically the team start talking to each other, trying to get to know each other a little bit. Some important conversations was, Nelson and Hukui had a conversation about how they're going to win this. They're going to win this season. And it's like, okay.
Period. We love optimism.
I don't think World Championship will be the season Nelson wins. Like, I just feel like that was
He's definitely just here because they needed another person. Let's be no shade.
Is that fair to say?
I mean, this is like you just said it. This is not the season. If he was going to win, it would have been with Norris last season, and he could have won last season. We talked about it several times,
and we don't have to get into it again.
He's not going to be able to
got into it for 6.
Look who's here.
What you mean?
Girl, I mean, just Janae, Wes, Casey, but going down the list. And it's like
Danny.
Who here can he beat?
Yes.
Sarah.
Belle. Amber. It could be Amber and Troy. You're still losing. Like, I'm sorry. I know it's Amber because Amber won. So it's not even that. It could be Jody and the girl she didn't
win. Girl, it could be Claudia and Benya. No shade. Like,
but it's real shady. Then we see Justine and Banana talking. Basically, I don't know if Banana was trying to play in Justine's face or what that was, because Justine is like, Bananas, I mean, it's not going to give your carrying people. Like
it will never give that.
Bananas was stuck on, because he had just been with Nani for 9 months.
So he was stuck on, I have to do everything.
I got to carry her. 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 And so when he got to Justine, he forgot that this was Mother, or just didn't realize it was Mother.
He didn't know it was Mother Steen.
Yeah.
This is his first time working with her. It felt natural, though.
It did. It felt like, not that they knew each other, but that they kind of like, it felt natural, like you said. But Justine was like, girl, it's not giving you got to carry me, please. Like,
I'm that girl.
I'm not Nani. After this, Janae and Nani's girlfriend talk, and Janae is basically like,
but
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But Janae was basically like, boom. You know, this is the first time I walked into the challenge house, and it's like everybody is giving a good ass player. Like these MVPs, they're eating it up. The legends are eating it up, and it's like, ooh.
And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of excited to see like Janae in this season. I was like, because like I feel like with the All Stars, you really don't know, because it's like it's a separate thing, and they're keeping them so separate. So it's like we've seen Janae superstardom in the All Stars, but we haven't seen it on the flagship. So I'm just like, okay, I don't really know how she's gonna do in a mix of a little bit more other people, but she shut me the fuck up
quick too. She didn't even let you think that.
Especially in this conversation, she's like, it's a lot of strong competitors. I'm like, is she nervous? Is she scared? No,
she was just stating the fact.
She was just stating a fact, and she's one of them. Period.
Probably the strongest.
I love Janae. I love Janae.
It's crazy how iconic she was, because I remember thinking back, like, Janae just never gonna get her win, and damn. But it's like,
I always loved her, and it's like now she's just Mother. It's like, period, Janae. It's like expected though. Like, it's like naturally. Because she started her what you was gonna say? She started off her reality TV journey winning endurance. So she's a winner at birth. Okay.
Shout out to Endurance. Good show. Keep it up.
Period.
When it changed to Karma, it got boring. No shade.
Yeah.
Boom. Jonna and Casey talk. Fuck. Mother and Casey talk, and Janae.
It's Janae.
Ain't you friends with all the girls? And Johnny's like, I'm really cool with Kellyanne, but you know how like you win a season and somebody lose, and they kind of got a weird.
Casey wouldn't know.
So she was like, it just feels like Kellyanne has a weird energy towards her. I think Kellyanne might have a weird energy, and it could totally not mean anything about Johnny, but it also could definitely mean Johnny. I don't know. Kellyanne is unpredictable. You can't really decide her feelings about that. She can feel any type of way about it. She can be mad that her hair is too short, and she is mad about that, and you think she's mad at her. Kellyanne is something, and Johnny says Kellyanne is erratic, and I might say the same. Boom. This is when we see Kellyanne speaking to herself in the diary room comment, and she's like, I don't really have a lie like groups. I'm just trying to fill people out, see where I'm gonna go. But I do have strong people who are friends, like Janae, like Wes. So I'm expecting them to have my back or whatever. And it's like, okay, expect the unexpected. After this, we see Wes training Zara how to play.
Literally training Zara.
Like she don't know how to. She just made a final, babe.
I mean, that's what I hate though. It's just like they're legends. They're not fucking the Godfather. It's like I don't know. Like it's like
Wes, you've lost plenty of time.
You see how Sarah came over here and she literally orchestrated her own blindside on you bitches within the first day. Like I figured it out.
Boom. We get to the challenge. Y'all, the challenge was explained very just crazily. So I'm gonna just tell y'all the tea. Baby,
it's called Chain Game.
It's called Chain Game, and they're in the sand dune-like area. TJ pulls up. He tells them the tea. The tea is that they're going to go over the dune to some chains. You're going to pull the chains to a location where you will solve a puzzle. Based on where that chain is, how far it is going to determine how hard the puzzle is. So if you get the farthest chain, you're gonna get the hardest puzzle or something like that. But really, it doesn't fucking matter. Get the chain, solve the puzzle. Period.
But it's a heavy ass chain. So
that's
the big problem.
700 pounds just doesn't sound realistic. What is 700 pounds? Like, I'm trying to imagine what is 700 pounds. Like 700 pounds? That's fucking heavy.
That's heavy.
That's impossible. Impossible. Justine says she's excited to tell Bananas that I'm that girl. You know,
she's mother.
Like I'm mother, and he's
I'm that girl. It's just that.
Period. So they all run over the dune. They run over the hill, and we find out quickly. Janae and Grant are in last. Like they got to the last chain, like the hardest puzzle. So I'm like, damn, Janae, you starting off bad already. And it's like, let me just shut the fuck up.
Just shut the fuck up
and wait. God damn.
She'll show you.
So that was where they were at then. So everybody starts getting their chain piece and they're like pulling their chain. They got to pull it to the puzzle area. Out of nowhere, Janae and Grant are the first people to the puzzle area. So I was like, what? How that happened?
Like, she be quick.
It's like whiplash.
Mind you, the chain is 700 pounds.
700 pounds. She was pulling like it was a piece of paper, baby.
Period.
Like wasn't nothing for real. So Janae and Grant end up getting to the puzzle first. They still got to solve it. The puzzle
got to the chains last and the puzzle first.
And the puzzle is an equalizer, so really, supposedly, anyone can win the puzzle.
But Janae was there first.
Period.
So Janae was first.
We see, eventually, we get a montage of people just trying to finish their puzzle. Do the chain puzzle. People are struggling. Some people are really, really just bad at puzzles. I don't understand it, but like, for example, Bananas.
That would be me. That's why I can never do this shit. The puzzles be looking hard.
Bananas is not gonna get the puzzle done, y'all. I'm sorry. Bananas is gonna do something. He might politic, might win a daily, might win a challenge.
He'll win elimination.
He's not going to finish a puzzle. That will be Justine and Justine only. That will be her duty this entire season. So eventually, baby, Janae and Grant finish their puzzle first. Their hardest puzzle, mind you. What? And then second is Jordan and Kaz right behind them.
So they was right behind them.
Both of the teams are running up the hill. And then boom, 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 boom. We see Janae and Grant get first place. So they're safe. They can't get voted in. They're good. And they get to decide which of the two nominees that are chosen get to go into the motherfucking arena. Jordan and Kaz get second. So at least they're not automatically last. Because if you're automatically last, you will be going in.
You're dead last. For the girls watching Big Brother Canada.
Bro, speaking of Big Brother Canada, real quick, where the fuck is the digital daily?
Ciao.
Pissing me off. Eventually, we see Kellyanne is struggling to communicate with Tristan. Her communication skills in general, trash.
She really just yelled at him.
Yells. And so they're struggling. And so I'm thinking, oh, Kellyanne and Tristan, they just want to be last. Duh. How could anyone just lose this? They're literally not even talking to each other. They're just angry at each other. Tristan's not listening, and Kellyanne doesn't know how to speak. There's no way anyone could do worse than this. So everyone ends up starting getting done. Finish. We see Nelson and Hui, and then we see Kellyanne and Tristan. I'm like, okay, Nelson, Hui, y'all got this. Come on. You know, redemption. So show why you are here. Show why you are a legend, Nelson. And he did not do so.
He could not.
Because Kellyanne and Tristan ended up finishing while arguing the whole time.
Well.
And Nelson who we are last. And you know,
I'm not shocked. I'm just not. I'm sorry. I mean, literally, like his first daily win ever, damn near last season.
And you know, no shade, Tristan clearly sucks too because Tristan just got last and got lucky because Nathan went home.
Yeah.
And now you almost got last again.
Like Tristan, yeah. And he won the Challenge UK.
He was a dark horse. Was that him?
Yeah, I think so.
That was him. So it was by dark horse.
Apparently he wasn't really doing much during the show, and then when he got into the final, he
won.
Ate it the fuck up.
And that's the thing. I will say you can be bad at dailies and great at a final. It could be that if Nelson got to more finals, he would just win them. But he just doesn't even be getting there. Some people are just really good at finals, not really good at dailies, or not good at eliminations, but they're good at everything else. You just can't get stuck in the wrong place. Hey, boom. So that means Nelson and Hui are going straight in. So this is when we see Jody on the way back to the villa. Jody has a diary, and she's like, because an Argentina person is going in again with Hui, it's very likely that she could get put in because she is partnered with someone from Argentina. So she's scared and she just needs to get the momentum somewhere else. The fuck?
And I don't know. I've never seen Jody. I'm assuming she's from the Road Rule season because she mentioned her first Road Rule season that she won was in Argentina. Period. But I don't know much about her. That's very. I feel like I've seen her face before though.
Mm-hmm.
Like she looks like somebody I know. I don't know why.
I like this diary room for her. It shows that she's here to play.
Yeah.
And I like that. Some people, they just sit there. She's not. She's like, I don't want to be paired with him because that will put me in a bad position. She's like, now that I'm paired with him, we need to make sure we're not going in. She's like, okay, girl, do you.
Period.
Boom. At the villa, we see Wes is talking to Jody, but he's having a diary room about the situation because apparently the options of who's getting voted in is either Jody and Benya or Kellyanne and Tristan, because Kellyanne and Tristan flopped, and Jody and Benya are from Argentina. And in Wes's diary room, he's like, me and Kellyanne, we have a past because we used to date. We had a very good connection. So it's more likely that I would trust Kellyanne than for me to trust Jody and Benya. So, I will see how that goes. Boom. We flip to Tori and Kellyanne. They're talking. There's someone else in the room, but they don't say a word. So that doesn't matter. Kellyanne is like, Tori's like, what are you going to do, Kellyanne? Kellyanne is just like, I would expect some more legends to try to help me. Give me some advice. What's tea? Like, what do I need to do? Like, I don't know. And Kellyanne was like, probably it's best if we put in some US people. Because
she said a US and
US
an Aussie. And then Emily, she was like, that's the other girl who was in the room. Emily was like, but Tori is with a US. And Kellyanne was like, ooh. and it goes downhill from there.
And then Kelly has a diary room. And she's like, the US people, they're very, very close to each other. They're all besties. They're all ran by Sarah, is what she meant to say. And they're also very cutthroat, aka Sarah is very cutthroat. So I'm scared of the US people, as she the fuck should be. That's the thing. Honestly, Kellyanne's probably right, because if they don't get them out, I can damn.
But it's like Kellyanne. This is Kellyanne be against something, and she just be so openly against it. Like she'd be so openly against the majority, subtlety. And she do not be. It's like I guess she be caring a little bit because she be getting scared, but it's like I guess her fear turns into this, and it's like.
But Kellyanne does all of this, and then Kellyanne's probably gonna make it to the final. I'm sorry.
Kellyanne do all this going to elimination win. That's the gag.
Like, she's doing all of this, and she's probably finna beat the fuck out of Nessa Huhui. I'm sorry. So, anyways, if she goes in. So, anyways, Kellyanne starts scrambling, y'all. When I tell y'all she's going to literally everybody in the villa, everybody in the villa.
She got bananas. Bananas like, girl, I haven't even talked to my partner yet.
She's calling Argentina, Australia. She doesn't know where she's at currently.
She's like, what's that name again?
What's the name of that? And they're like, just calm down. And she's like, what's the name? Just tell me the name of the country. God. So, eventually, this information that Kellyanne wants to target the USA people gets around because Tori, who I will say, Tori has a specific way of playing, and I'm starting to notice it. Tori's a player. She's just very subtle.
Low key.
Which is very, honestly, smart. All she did was plant one seed and walked away.
She did.
And she knew what she was doing.
She said, hey, girl.
I'm pretty sure she knew what the fuck she was doing. So Tori went to Sarah and others. But really, it's funny because it was a group of people there, but she was like specifically talking to Sarah. But it was about all of them. But she was looking straight to Sarah, talking straight to Sarah. Sarah was replying, but the other people involved were there. And it's like, why is she only talking to Sarah?
Because she knows whose brother is. She knows who her opponent is.
So Tori,
that's the thing. I wonder if we're gonna get we need a Tori and Sarah beef. I see that.
It has to come because Tori's probably definitely making it
two alpha personalities,
and Sarah's probably definitely making a. Tori is a low key alpha. Tori's a beta. In my opinion, like it's like she's
say that honestly.
She's close to alpha. I just don't see.
She gives me alpha 100%.
She does. She's close to alpha. I don't see her being any competition for an actual alpha. That's kind of how I feel. I feel like if it's Sarah versus Tori, Tori's lose. Tori is like Angela to me. Sure, you're an alpha, but you're gonna lose.
But see, I feel like I won't even say. I think Angela can get her lick back easily. I feel like that was just one showdown. It hasn't happened though. That's what I think. I hope Angela come back. Angela has to come back, but we'll see.
It hasn't happened. We'll see too. We will see. So basically, Tori tells Sarah that Kellyanne said USA gotta go, and Sarah said, "Oh, I'm USA."
So she said, if someone says my name, if someone says the name of someone in my team, they have to go. So unfortunately, we don't get that information about this episode, but we know that Kellyanne
is in fact going all the way into. As soon as Sarah knew, they could end. This could have been the last part. This could have been a cliffhanger. We could have went to the arena right after here. No, that's the thing. We would have had time for the arena if they didn't do nothing after. They should have just went straight to the arena because we knew. But we get to the vote. And y'all know who the fuck got voted in. Kellyanne and Tristan got voted in, so the Benya and Jody.
But I hate, and this is where it gets annoying though. Because it's like yes, throw out the name of the lowest placing teams. It was just like, oh well, they were the lowest in, so them, and everyone just started saying it. Yeah, and it's just like
you get here and there burn votes like, oh, I didn't say their name, so they're the girl. None of that shit matters. They all said the lowest 2 placing teams, and now we're bored because it's like if that's the case, TJ could have just said the 2 lowest placing teams go in. Because that's what the fuck happened.
That's why I hate when the House votes. The House does not need to vote because they do stupid ass boring shit like this.
Well, I will say this means Janae and Grant have to choose which of the 2 nominees go in, which is like, I guess, another level to it, kinda.
It's really not.
It's not.
I mean, not necessarily. I mean,
it would have to be a very specific winner. That would be like Sarah won, and it's like, I'm gonna do something great. But in general, it's like it's still the 2 nominees are still going to be 2 people who are like were picked by groupthink. But anyways, Janae and Grant have to choose one of the 2. And so the last conversation we see is Janae and Kellyanne talking. And Janae,
I have to pause real quick because it's funny because they were picking the lowest ranking teams. I remember Jody, she made a comment. She was like, "Why Nia not get thrown in? She was low with us too. Baby, that's mother." Nia could have got last, and she still wasn't going in.
There were scraggler names getting said, and those scraggler names were also low. But Nia was not one of those names. And it's like, you know why Nia's not.
And she never will be. Next
time, maybe. I don't know. Next time, maybe. Oh, so the last conversation we get is between Janae and Kellyanne, and essentially, Janae is the winner. Kellyanne is a nominee. Janae and Kellyanne are friends. Mm-hmm. So Janae is talking to Kellyanne. She's like, ooh.
And I will say, I kind of felt some sort of tension. Like, I think I can feel it through the skin a little bit. But I couldn't tell what it was. I think, honestly, that's probably what Janae is feeling. It's like, Kellyanne, you do feel... Like, the way she was replying back to her, it's like, Kellyanne, you kind of don't like her, do you? Like, what's that tea?
Janae says Kellyanne's her friend, but Kellyanne seems like she's feeling some type of way. And she's been feeling that. So in this conversation, she's like, Kellyanne, I'm stressed. What am I going to do? And Kellyanne was like, I would
not put me in.
You would not put me in. And Janae was like, well, what would you do if you were me? She was like, I would not put
that shit would piss me off because you're talking to me at nominee. What do you mean what the fuck you should do, bitch? Get the fuck out my face. Like, I'm sorry. I would have been confused.
And Kellyanne was very confused also. She did not bug up her mother, though, like that. So she was like, I would just not put you in. That's all. And then she has a diary room. She's like, Jody don't even know you. I don't even know why this is a conversation. Jody is not your friend, babe.
And I will say, I 100% agree. I don't understand why. I get that Janae feel probably that tension. And like I said, I can see what she meant a little bit, just a tinge, because some of her replies were like, we played twice together and you beat me twice. So I would assume you would know. I would assume it wouldn't be that hard. So it's like, she feels some type of way. But I don't think Kellyanne knows that she don't got no friends. And when she mentions friends that she has, she continuously mentions Janae. So I do think Janae got to keep an eye out for Selena. Yeah. But she don't need to go now. You don't know Benja and Jody. You don't know them. So
if they come back, they probably not going to win.
Kellyanne and Tristan will probably get thrown in again.
Because I think if you put Kellyanne in, Kellyanne could come back, accidentally win a daily, and now you put in. Good luck. Like Kellyanne alone is just a randomly... Low key could just get your ass out randomly.
Yeah, she could. And it's like you also have, and also I feel like you have to think like Kellyanne and Tristan are more likely to come back than Jody and Benja.
I agree.
So why burn that bridge?
Not alone. It's just no reason.
So I really hope Janae doesn't do this. I will look at her kind of crazy if she do a little bit because it's like this doesn't make any sense. I'm never for burning your number. You know what I mean? She may not be a consistent or a 100% loyal number, but she's a number for now in a game where numbers matter.
Literally. I agree.
But Janae is like, and I think Grant made the comment to Janae, you're strong, you don't need to be protecting and being friends with everybody. But it's like, Janae isn't someone who's been on the flagship version like that. I mean, she has respect from being on the All-Stars. I think she has a lot of respect from in that regard. But it's like, she can be your power structure. You know what I mean? So
you need to build. But hey, I guess we'll see. So we left off on that cliffhanger. We will have to see next episode who gets thrown in and who wins the elimination also. So hey, tune in. We will be covering this season. Stick by us.
I'm excited. I'm really happy. It's only going to be 12 episodes in total. We already done 2. So
because
we're not going to be here for 6 months.
It was 19. A 23-19.
And then we're also covering with 2 other shows. So it's like, this is going to be
a breeze.
Y'all be getting them on time, most likely. Because I actually like the goddamn show. This 45 minutes, not an hour. We're here.
It's not bad at all. We would maybe give you this on time for the most part, probably.
We don't have to.
Other
we got a tight schedule.
First of all, follow us at TVLD Kingdom. Comment, like, share, subscribe, and then we're also covering some other shows: Survivor, Big Brother, Are You the One? If you're into those, go watch those. If you're into us, go watch those. If you're not, go watch those. If you don't, go watch those.
Go watch those. Just either way, you should be watching those and sharing
and subscribing.
Yeah.
Wow, bye.